Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. I wanted to show you this that has arrived from the John Lennon estate. Thank you so much to Sean, Yoko and Simon at the estate for sending me this. This is the new John Lennon Power to the People EP that's coming out for Record Store Day on 12th of April. I'm going to show you everything that's in here. I've got a little rumour for you about something that might be coming later on in the year, plus lots of actual official information about what is coming from the John Lennon estate this year. So this is the first in this campaign basically. This is a 4-track EP. Like I say, it's coming out Record Store Day, and this is from the one-to-one concerts that were done at Madison Square Garden in New York in 1972. And this has been completely remixed by Sean Lennon and his team, and I'm going to show you what's in this package. So I was really happy yesterday when this arrived, this cardboard package there, with the album inside and a few other bits and pieces. So there was an envelope for me, excellent, that has this inside, this card from Sean Lennon. And I'm going to read you some of what's in here. He talks about the technical challenges of remixing these one-to-one concerts and basically saying that the setup on stage that day wasn't particularly great. It led to some recordings that were less than ideal. But as he says here, I hope you enjoy this 4-track Power to the People EP, especially made for Record Store Day 2025. The audio of the concerts will be released later this year as a box set. Yes, got some information on that. As well as on CDs, LPs and streaming. Meanwhile, here's another big one. The films of the concerts have been completely re-edited from scratch and will follow. Not concert, but concerts. So he did 2 concerts that day, one in the afternoon and one in the evening. And we've had little bits released from each of those concerts on the Live in New York City album that came in 1986. But there's so much unreleased stuff in there from those concerts. I hope you also enjoy our new documentary, One-to-One John and Yoko, directed by Kevin MacDonald, which is out in cinemas and in IMAX this week. Love, Sean Ono Lennon, New York City, 2nd of April 2025. I'm certainly going to go and see that one-to-one film as soon as I am able. Very much looking forward to that. It's there's not too many places near to me showing it, so I will have to make a bit of a trip for that. So that was inside that particular envelope, as was this piece of paper here, which is very nice. Power to the People, John and Yoko Plastic Ono Band. And this is containing sort of lots of comments from Yoko and John from the time of those concerts. Also, there was this envelope here. You'll remember the John Lennon meditation mixes, Mind Games meditation mixes. There's the album there that came out. There's actually 7 stickers. They're all the same, but I've got 7 of them here relating to the meditation mixes, so that's nice. So I'm going to come on to showing you the album shortly, but so it looks like this year is going to be about the 1972 era for John Lennon in terms of releases, which is great. Because at the moment we've got this sort of noticeable gap here between the Imagine box set, which is still one of my favourite box sets of all time, that one, and the Mind Games, the fantastic Mind Games box set that came out last year. There's a gap. Those Beatles love a gap in their box sets. They've all got gaps, apart from Ringo, just doesn't get involved at all. But they're plugging that gap this year by the looks of it. So it mentions in that letter from Sean that the films are going to be coming, that they're working on the audio of the concerts. Fantastic. Little bit of a rumour for you. Do you trust me? Here's a little rumour that I've heard, which I believe to be reliable. What we're going to get later on this year in the box set that it talks about, 9 CDs. 9 CDs of information. Plus other stuff as well, but that's just the music CDs. Oh yes. So anyway, Power to the People EP. Here it is. I have opened this, I have played this, I've made some notes on it, and I'm going to show you what it is. So there is the front cover, as you can see there, nice green and yellow colour scheme. Let's get you a close-up of that Record Store Day sticker there. This is on the shrink wrap, so if you do take the shrink wrap off, then that sticker will come off with it. Made in Germany, as they tend to do with the John Lennon albums. Good sign of quality. I'm going to show you here how it looks on my turntable, completely flat. Also as well, I took a needle drop digital rip so I could get it into my iTunes library, and when I took needle rips of both sides, there wasn't a single pop or click that I had to edit. It was clean as a bell, really nice. So that was the front cover I showed you. There's the back cover. Some great photos of John and Yoko and the audience and everybody involved on those one-to-one concerts, and the credits down at the bottom. The spine there, I'll show you, there's a photograph there because that's not focusing properly. And here is the record. It comes in a polylined sleeve, which is great. I wish more people would do that. And here's the album. Look at that. I'm going to call this Snooker Ball Yellow. Very nice. So here's side A. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the tracks that are on here. So side A has got Well, Well, Well and Instant Karma. And side B has got Cold Turkey and Don't Worry Kyoko, Mummy's Only Looking for a Hand in the Snow. So, have we had these tracks already released? Well, 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 Well. Side 1, track 1. This is from the evening show and it has never been released before. Okay, so if we were to look at Well, Well, Well that's on the New York City album, that will be from the afternoon show. This is the evening show version. Now, before I go on, I am going to say, once this video's finished, there's a video I'm going to recommend for you to go and watch, because if any of you watch Beatley Tone, he did a great video yesterday where he showed his copy that he's been sent. He did a really good comparison of the versions of songs that are on here compared to the versions that we might have already on Live in New York City. He's done that superbly, so I would recommend go and check out Beatley Tone's video from yesterday if you want to get some in-depth difference between what the different, like an afternoon version of a song and an evening version of a song, how those takes differed. Well worth watching. Well done, Tone. Good video. Next up, we've got Instant Karma. So this is from the afternoon show on here, which is the same version that's on New York, Live in New York City. This is completely remixed. And so this is where it's much easier to sort of get an idea of, well, how have they changed? How does the sound differ between now and then? And when I was listening to the New York City, the old 1986 album, it sounds like it's recorded in a corrugated tin shed. It's so echoey, reverby, and it just feels like it's in a great big hall. This feels a lot more intimate now. This feels a lot more alive and live, as though you were in a, not a studio. It still sounds like a live recording in a big room, but it hasn't got all that masses of reverb on there. John's vocals are much more to the fore, which is great. And I found it's got a lot more sort of mid-range. It's got a lot more beef to it. The bass sounds great on these, and it's just a sort of a fuller fat recording. It sounds really, really good. So it's easiest to do that comparison with Instant Karma, where we're comparing it to the same actual performance. But on here, this has got the actual song intro as it was on that afternoon. The Live in New York City version, it's a bit of a mishmash of takes. So when he sounds like he's introducing the song, he's actually sort of introducing it from a different take. This is more genuine here. Cold Turkey, flip over to side 2. Cold Turkey, this is from the afternoon show, never been released before. So there is, Cold Turkey is on here on Live at New York City. This is a different version of it. This is from the afternoon, and it really, really rocks. Really impressed with this. I've listened to it both through headphones and through the speakers, and it's just a really rocking version, very enjoyable. And then we've got at the end, Don't Worry Kyoko. So this is obviously Yoko takes over, and some of you are going to love listening to Yoko. Some people are never going to enjoy listening to Yoko singing. But I tell you what, it rocks, does this version here. Concentrate on, it's between 4 and 5 minutes is this version. The whole album comes in at pretty much bang on 20 minutes. And this version, the band are rocking. Yoko is vibing on top of that, and it's just good fun for 4 or 5 minutes. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, that side B absolutely rocks. Really good. So, like I say, this is a precursor to what's going to come out later on in this year. It looks like it's going to be another very interesting year for releases from the John Lennon camp. Hopefully plugging as much as possible of that 1972 gap between the Imagine and the Mind Games box sets. And then hopefully what's going to come next. Hopefully, no doubt, things like the Walls and Bridges album, hopefully rock and roll. And we can then move on to the 1980 recordings. So still plenty of exciting things to come from the John Lennon camp. Thank you again, Sean, Yoko, Simon, for sending me this. I'm always appreciative of it and never presumptive of it either. So are you going to be getting this? Let me know. You just need to get to your local record store that's participating in Record Store Day on the 12th of April, and hope you get there early enough before it all sells out. If it doesn't sell out, which I think might be unlikely, probably copies would then a couple of days later go online. But if you want to guarantee a copy, get yourself up early and get down to your local record store. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.